What's up, everybody? This is MJ, and I hope you had a fabulous weekend and that you are off to a running start towards achieving your dreams and your goals. Today's topic is why you don't need a website to start your boutique. And this is one of my favorite things to talk about because so many women, so many people who are out here struggling to start their boutiques are making the mistake of thinking that the first thing you need to do is get a website, or maybe even thinking that that's the second thing you need to do, right? Usually people decide that they're going to have a boutique or a shop of some kind once they have the idea of a product. And maybe that was you, comment below what your product is, right? Most people say, oh, okay, I want to sell candles, or I want to sell bath and body products, or I want to sell clothing, or I want to sell plants, or I want to sell coffee, or whatever it is you want to sell. That's usually the first thing. You make a decision about what it is that you think you want to sell. And that usually comes from something you're already kind of involved in. Maybe it's a hobby you're doing. Maybe it's a business you have already been investing in time in the past. And so you decide to take it to the next level. And then the next thing a lot of people do after they decide what they want to sell is they say, okay, well, I know that most businesses today have a web presence, so I need a website so that people can find me. And then they go about getting a Shopify or getting some other type of an e-commerce site or just a regular site, depending on what it is that you're selling. And they put the site out there, and then there's crickets. And that's because putting a site out on the internet does not really do anything towards getting people to buy from your business, right? And maybe you've already experienced this. Maybe you set up a website and then nobody came to your website. And a lot of times they'll tell you, well, it's about the SEO. It's about, you got to do this with the keywords and all that. And that's what it is. But the truth is that it's not even about having a website to start your boutique. I can remember, it's probably less than 20 years ago, but for sure 20 years ago, when the internet was really becoming a place, not just for fun, but it was becoming a place where people actually could see where you could make a lot of money on the internet and where you can establish a business that wasn't a joke. And that was for me. Let me take us back. That was for me. Maybe in my life, that's when I realized it. Maybe it was further back that people were starting to realize that your business needed to have a web presence in order for people to find you. That actually legitimizes your business. Because before that, they kind of thought of things as on the internet as that's not even serious. If you're on the internet, you're not serious. I can remember even applying for jobs when I was trying to move out of town and applying on the internet and it not being taken seriously. Fast forward to 20 years ago, now everybody is starting to know your business has to have a website to be legitimized. However, there are a lot of businesses out there that don't really have a strong web presence, or they don't have their own website. They may have a Facebook page, an Instagram page, or some other, representation online, but they don't have a website, yet they're doing phenomenal business. And I'm not just talking about businesses that don't sell products. I'm talking about boutiques and shops and stores and things of that nature that don't necessarily have an online presence, yet they do a lot of business. And what's true is that I think the last number I saw on the latest report was 85% of people still prefer shopping online, right? Even though e-commerce is the wave of now, it's the wave of the future, the majority of people still like good old fashioned going to the store in person and buying, right? So for people that have a physical store, not having a website, depending on how they market and how they move in their communities or the reputation they have, it may not even affect them much not having a web presence. Now, for an online store, completely different story. If you're an online store, your storefront is your website. And so you're thinking, MJ, what do you mean you don't have to have a website to start a boutique? I'm doing an online boutique. How can I have a boutique online without having a website? And so I want you to know, if you watch me any amount of time, you know that the devil's in the details. And so I did not say you don't need a website at all. You probably do need a website to do the things you want to do. For those of you who have $1 million dream or a $500,000 dream or goal, you're going to need a web presence because that's the way things are moving. If for no other reason than help people to find you. However, the mistake a lot of new business owners make, a lot of new or aspiring entrepreneurs make, is thinking that making the website is the first step, is doing that too early in the process. See, what's true is that building a business is almost exactly like preparing a recipe or preparing a dish from a recipe. All my cooks out here, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, you have your ingredients there in the recipe, but in the recipe, it also tells you the right quantities of everything to put in there. So it's not just you need flour in this cake. It also tells you that you need 2 cups versus 3 cups, because one thing will get you the great outcome. One is going to be a mess you're going to have to throw in the trash can. But even more importantly than the ingredients and the quantities of each ingredient is the instructions, which tells you step by step, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, exactly what order in which you are to do the things that you need to do to make that cake or whatever the dish is. And doing things out of order is just as impactful, negatively or positive, or well, negatively if you do them out of order, than putting the wrong things in your dish or leaving something out of your dish. So when you think about a cake or any baked good, the first thing they usually tell you to do is what? Preheat the oven, almost without exception. If you are baking something, the first line of your recipe is preheat the oven. That's because they know that no matter how great your dough is or your batter or whatever it is that you are baking, if you don't have the oven at the right temperature before you put it in there, you're going to have a mess. You can have a great cake batter, sit it in a cold oven, snap the oven on right then. It's not going to bake right, because all of the time that the oven is getting up to the optimal speed, the cake batter is being ruined by those varying temperatures and all that. I'm not a baker, so don't laugh at me. But what I do know is preheating the oven is important. And also, even before you get to that, even after preheating the oven, knowing what items to beat together. For example, for my bakers out here, you don't just dump everything into one bowl all at one time and then start mixing it up. Many recipes want you to put your dry ingredients, mix them all together, any wet ingredients, beat them together. Then you start to fold and mix things together, right? If you just lump everything in one bowl at the same time, you're not going to have the same outcome. You're not going to have a good baked product. The same exact thing is true about building a business. It is not enough to know, oh yeah, I need a website. Oh yeah, I need some vendors. Oh yeah, I need to do some marketing. I need something on social media. I think I need to maybe have a business plan. I think I need to have my finances in order. I don't know. I never heard about some of this stuff. I don't know what to do. And see, a lot of times that's what's keeping you in fear, not knowing those ingredients and the right amounts of those ingredients. But doing them out of order is just as detrimental to your business as not doing important things at all, or doing things that you should not be doing. Your business, if you've been struggling to get your business started for months and even years, like many of you have been, it's because you're not following the recipe. And a lot of you are not following the recipe because you don't even know what the recipe is. You're looking, it's almost like looking in the back window of a bakery. You know, you got to look, maybe peep in their back door and see them doing one little thing that's on the counter right near the back door, and thinking you know how to bake all the pastries that they have for sale up front, when you saw one guy doing one thing for 3 minutes through a crack in the back door. You don't have any clue what else he did before, what he's going to do afterwards to create all of those pastries that they're selling. And that is true of trying to build a business when you don't know the full recipe of business success. It's not enough to just slap a Shopify out there and hope that the masses are just going to somehow find you and fall in love with what you have and buy. Because here's the rest of the story. Not only do you want people to come to your shop, you want them to actually buy. How many times do you drive past stores? You're well aware of where they are, but you never take your money in there and leave it with them and take products and services with you. So there is an art and a science to influencing, well, first of all, finding your customers, influencing them to that what you have is what they need, and then influencing them to make a purchase. There's an art and a science to it, and none of that has to do with your website. Very little of it has anything to do with the actual transactional part, at least not at first. Yes, you do need to have a streamlined process to for them to order what they want and to get it, and you deliver it and take their money and all of that. Yes, you do need to have that. But if that's where you're starting, you're already on the wrong track, because there's 100 steps you need to complete before you build a website. You can't even know how to market to your customers until you have figured out their needs and what you need and where you want to go and how you want your business to operate. You should not be building your business based on what you think. I mean, you build, hold on, let me get it straight. You build your purchasing process based on what your customers want, but your business itself, that needs to be based on your dream, so that you don't end up with a boutique or a shop that does not bring you joy, that ends up taking up all of your time and it owns you. So now you have a job that you own that you hate after you left a job working for somebody else that you hate. You have to be crystal clear on the CEO lifestyle that you want to lead before you start your shop. There are so many things that you need to be clear on and map out strategically in order before you get to the website. The website, once you've done the right groundwork, once you've laid the groundwork properly, you won't, the website part flows, right? The website will just be a reflection of the groundwork that you've laid up until that point. The website is not your starting point. The website is the repository for the customer experience, for the business that you've outlined and created for yourself. That's what the website represents. When you have your shop and it has products in it, and you got pictures out there and people can click on it and add it to the cart or whatever that is, that should be a culmination of the groundwork that you have laid. Your website is not your canvas where you build your business. No, because you have to know what to put on a website. That's the rest of the story. It's not just about SEO and keyword searches and all of that. If people come to your website and it doesn't work, or it doesn't flow, or it's not clear what your objectives are and what your mission is, that's a turnoff. I know when I go to a website that looks like it's, it looks like it was put together by a third grader, or even if it looks like they used a nice website creation program, but it still doesn't flow. They have like 5 seconds to get my attention as a consumer before I move on. Why? Because there are so many websites out here, millions and millions and millions and millions of websites. You have to be able to differentiate yourself. And being a nice lady is not your differentiation. Your website needs to be a reflection of who you are, what you bring to the table, and how your tribe can get in on that. And you can't reflect that accurately on your website when your infrastructure is unclear, when you haven't taken the time to build it from the ground up, when you're just, I got a product, now I'm gonna sell it, I'm gonna go on Facebook and spam my social media on Instagram and all these other places, and somebody's gonna buy me. My family said they would support me. My friends said they would support me. Yeah, they will eventually, maybe, but they figure you in business. There's no rush to go out there and support you now. So don't count on, people who said they would support you when they were encouraging you to start. Don't count on them actually giving you the revenue you need to stay in business. That's a huge mistake, to try to base a business that you want to be able to allow you to quit your job and live a lifestyle of freedom, basing it off of the people you know personally, who you can guilt trip into a sale. You need to be able to connect with strangers that don't know who you are, and teach them very quickly who you are, what you have, and how they can benefit from it. Because another thing that happens when you don't lay the foundation properly and you jump straight to a website, you know how they say somebody's thirsty? Thirst trap. They say you can smell the desperation on some entrepreneurs, or some, I'll call them would-be entrepreneurs, because if you're just on social media spamming people or making 10 sales a month or something like that. That's not entrepreneurship. That's a hobby, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm talking to the people who have a goal of making 6 figures a month, or even less than that, maybe a little bit less, or a lot more than that. Well, if that's really your goal, you have to treat your business like a business. You have to take it seriously from ground zero. And if you know you don't have the full recipe, and you would know this because you've been trying and trying and trying, and you still aren't making any sales. Your business still is at ground zero. You're still piddling around, checking with vendors and trying to see, I don't know how much I'm gonna charge. You kind of piddling around, but you don't really have a real business. That means you don't have the recipe. Jumping to start with a website is one of the primary symptoms that I have learned to identify, that lets me know somebody doesn't have the full picture. Somebody's starting, let's say there's 1,000 steps to start a business, and there probably are. And they're starting at step 900. They got a website, but they missed steps 1 through 899, and they're wondering why it's not taking hold. If you expect to get out of your business what you say you expect, which is revenue, which is a lifestyle of freedom, which is the ability to impact your community and give like you want to give, to take care of your families and all that, it's worth getting the recipe. It's worth doing it right. Just like when you got your college education, you didn't just kind of go in there and wing it, read a couple of magazines and say, okay, now I'm a chemist because I read a couple of chemistry journals. No, you took time to go get your degree. You took time to learn and investigate and study. You have to do the same thing for your business, even more so. And it's more worth it for your business than even your regular education, because your business is going to allow you to directly influence things that will change your life. Your degree may or may not have the ability to do that. I know I've got a couple of them back here behind me. Maybe they helped me, maybe they didn't. But you need to find that recipe for success and follow it step by step. Get the best guidance that you can get and follow it to the letter. Be coachable, be resourceful, turn over every rock until you get what you want. Because here's what's true. The people who are serious about their business are putting their money where their mouth is today. Today is the first day of Women's History Month. And there are phenomenal women that I am finding out about every single day, because that's part of my business, is to know what's going on. And the women, the Black women who are experiencing the success, are the ones who are willing to take a chance on their dream. And I'm not talking about with just lip service. I'm talking about with actual action, actual investment of funds. There's 4 Black women here in my community who are they're in the last stages of their capital raising fundraiser to open a glam campsite in Kentucky. And these women, the banks have been giving them the runaround, and they told them you're going to need $400,000, and then they came up with that on their own. Then they moved the bar to $700,000, and then they raised that. Then you need another 65. You know how they do. They play with us, right? But every step of the way, those women found a way. The first $400,000, where did it come from? It came from their pockets, their 401ks, their retirement, their savings, their whatever. They found a way because they're taking their business seriously. See, it's easy to say, oh, I want $1 million dream. Oh, woo, woo, woo. Let me go start this little website. I'm going to sell 5 t-shirts a month and call it a business. That's not it. But when you're willing to invest in the best support and guidance and training, that's when you're going to experience the growth. You're not going to experience it dabbling. You're not going to experience it looking for freebies. You're not going to experience it looking here and there and trying to piece it together. The people who are winning out here, who are buying magazines and who are, starting nonprofits and who are starting boutiques like you want to, these people swallow the fear and do it anyway. They don't try to dabble and do it yourself, because another thing about the website, trend, start the website first trend, is that you always are. That's what people are doing when they're trying to do it themselves. When you're trying to figure it out on your own, because you need a website, because you can see a website is where your customers can buy from you, but you've missed all the steps leading up to that. And I know that because There's no sales. I know that because you don't have a loyal, raving tribe sending traffic to you and dollars to you every single day and every single week. And if you are tired of struggling with not having enough, not having any revenue, with feeling fearful because you started your website, but you don't know what else to do, and you know that that's not going to do it. You know it's not going to do it. And if you're tired of that and you're ready to invest in a solution that's going to get your boutique open this year, then I would love to talk to you. I've got some spots open on my calendar for you to book your free breakthrough call at melaniehunter.com/chat. We'll get on the phone and find out what is all the things that you've missed out on that you should have done before you built your website, before you started your website. And then we'll talk about your dream. Where do you want to go with your business? Why are you in business to begin with? Why do you want to have a boutique? Why do you want to have a shop? And then we will map out a game plan to get you there as quickly as possible and as profitably as possible. And we're going to find, and I will help you to figure out how you can invest in your business, where the funds can come from, how resourceful are you, and what are you willing to do to put your money where your mouth is for your business. We'll put all that together, and if we're fit to work together, we will get you started today, tomorrow, whenever you make that call. But it starts with a decision. See, here's the thing. The answer to the question why you don't need a website to start your boutique is what you really need to start with is a decision to level up. A decision to stop dabbling, a decision to stop looking for freebies, a decision to stop thinking that you're going to make $1 million but not have to invest in your business. That is absolute nonsense. And if you've been struggling for a year, 2 years, or even 6 months to start your business, it might be time. No, it is time for you to admit that you don't have the recipe. You don't know what you missed. You didn't preheat the oven. And now you're down here ready to put the cake in a cold oven. If you're willing to admit that to yourself and admit what you don't know, that you don't know what you don't know, and you're willing to get professional help to guide you to the boutique of your dreams this year, I want to talk to you. melaniehunter.com/chat. Book your call, fill out the application, and let's have a conversation, sis. Time is up. Like I said, it's Women's History Month. We have a lot of activity planned in this group this month. But the people who are going to benefit the most from it are the ones who are done dabbling, are the ones who are serious, are the ones who are just looking for somebody to hold your hand and walk you step by step through the process of building your dream boutique. And I might be that person for you. You need somebody that's going to help you get solutions. You need somebody that's going to help you to know what to do first. It ain't your website. It's not what it is. But it's a lot that you need to be doing, much more than we can talk about on this call, but we can talk about it during your breakthrough call and in the weeks and months to come. So again, melaniehunter.com/chat. That's Melanie with 2 L's, hunter.com/chat. Go ahead and book your call and we'll chat soon. Stay tuned this month. We have a phenomenal lineup for you for Women's History Month. I'm going to be releasing a brand new training to the people in this group first. Before I release it to the rest of the public, I'm going to do it right here live in this group. Hopefully one day later this week, I will get you that information about that. But also we're going to have a series of, I think, at least 10, maybe 11 dynamic female entrepreneurs who are crushing it in their businesses, in their personal lives. And you're going to hear straight from them what it really takes to win. See, it doesn't just take a thing saying, oh, I want to have a business. I want to work for myself. I'm tired of working for somebody else. It takes more than lip service. It takes action. And you need to know what those actions are. And if you knew already, you'd be doing them. So you have to be willing to submit to a process that's going to guide you step by step to have the boutique of your dreams so you can stop talking about it and be about it. So every day, every week, we're going to have 2 or 3 speakers. They'll be announced in this group. We'll be going live here in this group, interviewing these phenomenal CEOs of their own company who have stopped talking about it and they are being about it. So look forward to that schedule. But before you even hear from any of them, you need to find out what are you willing to do, and we need to have a conversation. It's not enough to just look at my videos. You are not going to figure out how to build $1 million business watching my videos. This is just scratching the surface. When I work with my clients, we do much more than anything I could ever talk about here because everybody's business is different, but it starts with a decision. The first thing you need to do is book a call right now, melaniehunter.com/chat, We'll talk soon. You guys have a phenomenal week, and we'll talk later this week. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.